よあ大丈夫そう。ちょっとね、実験してみようかなと思って。なんかマイクオンちょっとね。実験っていうかまあ普通にね。ちょっといろいろ思うところがあるので、ちょっとなんかもう徐々にこうなんか英語の方メインにしようかなっていう感じです。最近。入れていきましょう。ナルコ。久々だな。またこんなの？なんか上の黒い線めっちゃ気になるんだよね。何なんだろうこれ。上と下にあんのかなぜか。聞いてないの？いや。ポイント&クリックアドベンチャーなのかな。Shield hit the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. To continue off. そうだ。There's no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled and the refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Could never sleep with this sound. In your dreams, the towers were grand cathedrals, places of worship. The swamp hid behind mirrors like spies. The birds transformed into radiant spheres and traced omens above the highway blight. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastation rituals. Though Blake pleaded, we decided to leave. I knew he'd hear about her. He never did. You caught out on the greener to Chicago and onward to the West Coast. You'd never left Louisiana and thought you'd never return. You thought the ghost of the lowlands wouldn't find you hiding along the road. The years carried you through overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo, across the mountains, above cell towers. Coming down 99, you saw an old man crouched in the roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. It was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. By and by, you made your way east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande. You joined the armies of Mesa. For months, you were in the company of fugitives. You slept in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a mean that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied and parched land. While hiding in the berth of a freight liner, I prayed. You held the cross around your neck and mouthed a prayer to God. You called home from landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your way bag, returned to the highway. 5 years have passed. The ghosts were calling you back home. Lowland Ghosts. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Monkey. Ooh. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult. When you left, he sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Staring Contest Part 1. Glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern. Match the pattern to meet Monkey's gaze. Ready? Yes. Overwhelmed by the intensity of the monkey's gaze, you turn away. You successfully meet Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. Staring Contest Part 2. Rings. Yes. Anger melts from Monkey's face. You drape Monkey over your shoulder. Okay. You were finished. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, gently Saint Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in their ruins. The aesthetic of the disaster were central to that immersion milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. You assume millions have been keeping the plants alive. The laptop your parent gifted you idles on a shoddy particle board desk. Fake laptop. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left the browser tab open. A sticker from grade school, half peeled from the window. Cool January air spills through the open window. The low sound washes over the neighborhood. A small flock of blackbirds dissolve into the tree line towards the lake. Commuter traffic glint along Apple Street as pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. The heat of spring will soon arrive, and the mildewed air of the window unit will fill the room. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I was outside. You didn't feel like being around crowds that night. After the show, you and Blake shot fireworks from the roof of a hotel on Poydras Street. Sleepless and sober, the two of you walked back to Norco. You watched the sun climb over the grain elevators. Your mom's unfolded laundry. A family photo album. Yellowing pages of a disposable photograph. Your grandfather, a peculiar look in his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on lakefront. The man at the center point playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you've never thought of him that way. His skin stained by the sun, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. His easy smile, his knowing eyes. You set the book aside. A letter from Shield Oil sits at top a stack of mail. Dear neighbor, please be advised, there will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield Norco Office of Community Engagement. Memories of sleepless nights, the dull refinery hum in the red, Persian half darkness. Your mom sitting here staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. It continued to the kitchen with no words exchanged. I thought she heard me. She was thinking about Blue. She barely knew you were there. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. Tune in. An old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. 3 times this house was flooded. The first flood is a shadow of a memory. Placing your feet down on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock. Sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered little table. The second flood, you were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in this for him. I'll come get you. For 2 weeks you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings you would sometimes help. The third time, another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane and it'll be calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical leaves breach. There will be massive blackout that lasts for weeks. Much of the sewage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. A small militant enclave will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structures will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Norco, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Millian sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her car pace has taken on the rusted and worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mum showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mess was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. Speak. Hey, you're awake. But let's sleep anyways. Catherine used to say the sound of the refinery gave you restless sleep. Your return home must have been quite exhausting. In any case, I'm certain there was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard a phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. I wonder where he could be. Likely at the bar or bookstore, if I had to guess. Where can I get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I am unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows whereabouts? So... Your mom's old 4-cylinder 350cc bike. It has extensive rust and wear. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. A disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers you'd bike to the suction before sunrise. Tie chicken next to the bottom ring of your net. Submerge it. Sit there nursing your coffee while the swamp raised its voice. You'd come home with a dozen or so crabs snapping and with wreathing in a burlap bag. You assume your mom hadn't been out on the water much this past year. The towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. The sprawling Shield Industrial Complex. Long ago it was plantation land, cheap and abundant along the Mississippi River. The refinery grew in stages, slowly displacing surrounding neighborhoods. The chemical annex came online later. Children of the enslaved became the neighbors of this machine. Carbon and alloy and stainless steel. Among the columns sits the catalytic cracking unit that rocked the town. The webwork crosses high and low, over and under traffic and water and concrete, like veins, like gossamer, like neural circuitry. Everywhere, metal hulled probing the river's expanse, coded patterns of warm sodium and cold LED winking, thinking, knowing, saying something, speaking, burning eyes sing, something to decipher in all that Norco light. I remember Blue. You only think that you do. When he died, part of her did too. Three crows eye you from the power line. Turtle, he crawled out the trash can. Don't touch him. See? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. We got to go, see? Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. Padu Private Investigators. We snoop for you. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. You knock, no answer. The Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. A film crew is set along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively, of course, above a corpse. Approach the set. As you near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, dumbass. Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? Ah! Hey. You know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah. We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama, and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right now. I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy brought a boutique ranch outside Austin. But that don't make you a cowboy, hoss. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. The director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? The script needs some work. What do you say? Fine. Great. Hey Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath. I'm a redneck. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salt of the earth kind of guy. As luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, okay? So just take a knee. Alright, anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain, a bad apple, a lowlife? Oof. Just a moment. Crowfish Devil. Crowfish Devil? He nods solemnly. Wow. Now that is some spicy Louisiana shit right there. Did you get that, Noah? Write that shit down. Crowfish Devil. Damn, that's good. That's sultry. Who says that? No one says that. No one at Juilliard says it, Noah. But we're down here in the muck. I've been hearing all kinds of people say it down here. It just slipped my mind. Right, that's settled. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder, to kill? Oyster flavored peanut butter? You maintain severe eye contact. Jesus, that's foul. That's repulsive. Just like this fucking place. I absolutely love it. Noah. Yes. Slather them with the oyster flavored peanut butter. Got it? Yeah. Well, I'm satisfied. The Crowfish Devil slathered up another poor bastard with the oyster flavored peanut butter. It sends a shiver down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this? This is how real people speak, Noah. It's how people talk outside Silver Lake, you understand? Real people are out here saying weird, gross shit all the time. So memorize that line, because that line is going to win me a Golden Globe. Oh. The director half remembers your presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If ever you need anything, talk to Noah or somebody else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. Now get lost. Station. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this station. Little has changed. The neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Well, well, well. Look who's back. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? And you even brought your little doll. That's cute. Not because my mom died. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she's too valuable. They'd never let her die. If anything, she'd probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. Controlling me and going to more. Trolling? You're so damn sensitive. Can't see nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needs somebody smart, somebody vigilant, somebody like me. Especially with shields snooping around. You've seen some weird, wild shit out in them swamp with Catherine. What kind of shit? I won't bother telling you about it. It might hurt your brain. And anyhow, this ain't story time. Not letting you in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this thing did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking the truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology at the least. You don't patronize me with your weak pity. If you really want to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Yeah, shuffle off then. Yeah. Drifter. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. Yeah? He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve. What are you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? bringing the law down around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Just be sharp, young one. The lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. Click, 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 click. Memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plate. Cairns of pulverized concrete, sprayed haphazardly onto the plywoods. Plywood is remembrance. Here past the brave freedom fighters of January XW11. Those cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand-scratched fake across the bottom of the plate. Plaque, plaque, plaque. Ooh. You were traveling. Witchman, shield, install. You observe the withered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. It snaps off by its design. Behind the statue's face hides an old assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. Card reader. The western margin of the lake. Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of the Lake Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Rainier and La Branque in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limb of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of the communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sentiment of the lake. Back again, clown? If you really want to get through, go get me some of those pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Ah. You're joking, right? Trying to get wrecked? Right then, let's go. Fuses hang on the shelf. You grab a fuse. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. To use an item in your inventory, drag the item from the inventory menu to the weapon. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. Dusty bags of dog food line shelf. Candy. Protein bars, bubble gum, breath mints, taffy, etc. You wonder if this place ever started checking IDs. During high school, friends in the city would drive all this way just to get booze. The disembodied, illuminated head of kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab. Good evening, how may I help you? You know that Troy, that guy outside? Thank you for your inquiry. I am forwarding to Perilix and Sons LLC. Perilux and Sons LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry. So why did Toy get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and job training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automations and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount /ads today. Good. Immaculately stocked cigarettes. Ooh. You're not gonna answer. You got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there? Let's go. The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking their portraits in the party menu. If you're stuck, they may be able to help. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during a visit. How's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Destrehan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness. But now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. I should have stuck around. Perhaps. I'm sorry for leaving. Blake took it very personally, but your mother understood. She always wanted you to experience America while you could. Did you take it personally? No. Where could I have been? I'm always the same, Kay. Always the same. Is that bad or good? Whichever you prefer. Fair enough. Where could Blake be? Spends much of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks. Perhaps we should check there. What's it been like around town? Shield has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted Shield activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it, however. It was clear that she found something during that investigation. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps you do? Haven't spoken to her in years. How would I know? Oh ha! Naoki, おやすみさんおはよう。おはようございます。ナルコっていうゲームやってます。なんか今日あれですか？今日だっけ？なんか PC 作成配信するみたいな。火曜日だっけ？全然わかんないな。見た覚えがあるけど覚えてない。Has Blake not mentioned anything? I never trust what Blake says. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. 火曜日か。見に行こう。イワンコフのも適当に直して送り返します。イワンコフね。どうすんでしょうか、これも。そういえばなんかアンダーテールのデータも消えてたっていう彼。さすがすぎる。12世代エンテル入ります。12世代インテル。そうね、パーツ全然詳しくないから。12世代。なるほどね。でもどんだけ頑張っても多分イワンコフのことだからどうにかして不具合を起こすんだよな。あの人。そう、アンダーテールも消えてたね。アンダーテールも消えてた。びっくりしちゃった。どこ行くの？ Sarpy Books. The young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone. His silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. 見た目が好きすぎるな。Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Why? Pays like shit. Spending hours a day making small talk with randos and is melting my brain. Nearly broke an axle driving over a pothole in Holy Grove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy I drove out to the middle of the swamp was like 2 in the morning. Asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped into the bayou. Came back up a minute later with a bag. Toweled off, got back in. Found that to be pretty fucking weird. I don't know. And a while back I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kind of sick, asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. There's just all types. stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. As you reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and growls softly. Two teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Where this dog came from, bruh? Dunno, she been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh. Your mum used to come here to dig through these stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here. Then they tried selling vape cartridges, then Kratom, then anime wall scrolls, LSU yard ornaments after that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. In the end, the scheme always failed, and only the paperbacks remain. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Okay. Emilian, when do you get back to town? I've been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica. Weird. I guess so. But anyhow. Okay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. Word on the street is you cleaned Troy's clock. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. Glad he finally got a little taste of what he deserves. Sucks he got fired though. Yeah, maybe. He's just so rude. Precisely. But enough about that, Troy. I was keeping up with your travels online, but haven't seen you post in a while. I tossed my phone in the Rio Grande. I respect that. It seems more and more common these days. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Helps that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. She nods into the ensuing silence. That because of your mom, huh? Yeah. I'll miss the hell out of that woman. Yeah? I know it wasn't always easy between you two. I was around for some of the arguments. Blake would say she was a great person, but a terrible mom. I just hope you and your brother can find some comfort. That means a lot, thank you. Of course, I lost my dad a while back, also to cancer. He was a mean bastard. Picked up my sister and threw her one time, ended up giving her a concussion. I couldn't wait for him to die. And when he did, I danced. But as the years passed, I find myself thinking about him more. It feels good to hear stories about him. It's always complicated with this shit. Never easy. I worry about your brother. Your mum's illness was taking a toll on him. I watched him slip back into some bad behaviors. Have you seen Blake lately? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. He said he was heading to Old Gate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple of times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? He never mentioned it. Figured he'd try to avoid me. Yeah. It can be like that sometimes. I had to be delicate with him recently. If I ask how he's doing, he goes quiet. If I offer help, he doesn't return my text. It's a front, he wants help. Sure. But I can only try so hard. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. So this here is the illustrious Crowton. We've found him behind the dumpster out back licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I've got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. Oh wow, Crowton usually bites strangers. He must like you. He seems to be getting a little excited. We're excellent. Wow, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down? No, really, stop touching that cat. Crowton looks like he's fixing to explode.最後5で最後の気がするんだよな、こんな。What the fuck? What the fuck just happened to the cat? Okay, goddammit, I told you to stop fucking with the cat. Did you just launch through the ceiling? What the hell just happened? You grabbed the phone case from the counter. You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. You pick the slim self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in the cavern of despair. Hidden from the daylight, blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Thought being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Didn't think it'd be like this. Yes. Okay, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed you launched the cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? A phone case resembling Crowton. Still not over the Crowton thing, in case you're wondering. I do hope Erica is correct, and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Catherine. Several weeks ago. Right in New Orleans Neural Virgin Clinic. What brings you here tonight? I want a record from the children. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck. That's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We follow his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's sort of pine trees, yeah? That's right. Tell me about them. They grew from the concrete and cracked the driveway, and the concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. He'd see them and frown, but he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house was safe? I wish I could have stayed, but he wouldn't have it. And that's why you married me. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We brought a little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. Wow, すごいとこ連れてきたね。いらっしゃい。こんばんは。おはようございます。まだ起きてたのやばくない？こんばんは。レイドからお越しの皆様。いらっしゃいませ。来てくさん。おさんおはようございます。おはようございます。来てくさん。ちょっと笑っちゃった。ちょっと笑いそうになっちゃった。タイミングやばいな。来た。はい。こんにちは。じゃあもう言わんこふの悪口言えないよ。何やってるんですか？やんないとな。誰やったんですか？何やってんだよ。いやー、ちょっとね、イワンコフ、何やっても壊すよね、きっと。っていう話をしてました。彼なら何度修理しても壊すだろうと。そういう楽しい話をしてましたよ。岩ちゃんから来ました。おはようございます。皆さんいらっしゃいませ。直してもどうせ壊す。直してもどうせ壊す。っていう話をしてた。で、僕はまったり読んでましたよ。このゲームをね。もう英語しかないからもう淡々と読んで。タイミングやばかった。壊さんっていう。壊すでしょ。なんだって壊す。君はそういう人間だ。この世界観面白いな、このゲーム。ひっそりやろうと思って。英語しかないから。そうやった。あれ、ここってさ、あれ聞くっけ？あれどこ行った？あれ？あった。これとか聞くよね。これとかってどう表示されるっけ？あ、ちゃんと表示されるよ。オッケー。 なんか OBS からできなくなってるわ、これ。まあ、アップデートしてないからね。OBS アップデートするの怖いよな。地味に。あとはモデにコピー売るときのやつ。配信画面だと見えてるね。チャットだと見えてないけど。モデ、うちいないんですけどね。ハネヤンボットがモデだけど。ハネヤンボットをめでるときのやつ。最近全然使ってないからな。これは殴り。あとなんかあったっけ？言わんこがしょうもないこと言ったわけ、これ。これを使う。ドン引き。あるいは、これでも OK。めっちゃあるな、いろいろ。使うことないと思うね。めっちゃ使うでしょ。めっちゃ使うでしょ。あると思うわ。ね、使いどころしかないよ。あるよね。使いどころしかない。なんか、ヨワンコフがダダをこねてるときは、これを使って、煽る赤ん坊。煽りしてしかない。マジで。何があるっけ？なんかノリノリのミックとか。これも数増やさないと思うよね。これとさ、思ったんだけど、これとさ、これ組み合わせたらめっちゃうるさくない？絵的に。あれどこ行った？ちょっと遅かったな。やばい。会話に困ったらヨワンコフ叩きで過ごそうと思ってたから困るわ。どうしよう。普通に進めるか普通に進めるか、じゃあ。だから文章量多いからな。普通に進めようやん。なんかゴースト入れなきゃ。そういえば。探偵の話全然。何の話かっていう説明するのはめんどくさいっす。めんどくさいっす。まあ、ちょっと近未来の話で、まあ、弟を置いて自分だけ家出て、で、親が死んだきっかけで戻ってきて、今弟行方不明みたいな感じ。超雑な説明。割と始めたばっかって始めたばっか。まあ1時間ちょいぐらい経ったけど。てか、ゴースト買ってすらいないからな。入れないと。何ギガぐらいなんですかね。ゴースト、なんだっけ？ゴースト、ミッドナイトゴーストハントか。だからもう、パブリッシャーがさ、ディープロックギャラクティックだから信用できるよな。正直。買って、 後で入れておきましょう。8時だっけ ?8 時。8時。8時。進みます。全部英語だから頑張ってついてきてよ。よろしく。When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? No. That was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Why? The sky was in... 出かけてるから参加できんのよな。何時まで出かけてんの？もうずっとやるよ。ずっとやる。もやしんさんが来るまでずっとやる。The sky, it was corrupted, misplaced. It wasn't a Norco sky. Where was blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. まあ。来るまで やり続けます。来るまでやり続ける。That's right. How was it after that? In the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house, nursing Kay, and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the... てか、俺、あれか、姉なのか。普通に兄だと思ってた。今まで。初めて主人公の性別分かったの。ケイって男でも女でもおるからな。When the cat cracked blue, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on a Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlights, the police scattered across the east bank. I carried Kay in the blanket. She never cried. We were quiet. She and I. 捨てられるんかこれ思い出。捨てよう。やべえ。戻ってこない。Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back. But several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? Just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. What is the significance of this image to you? It's... well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped. A hard-fought and extremely rare instance. And grew into some kind of monster. He began speaking to me through the radio. He told me to install an app. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. But so long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays? Yes, I see. It seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No, that should be enough. I would now begin disconnecting the senses. A slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madera. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Better check my phone. Not that much. It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. Install quick. No service. Case picker. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects of versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's Madeira. First name Catherine. One moment. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is, without warranty. You are eligible for free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive version needs. Nah, I can't do that. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. The bridge cuts east through the Tram and 7th Ward, like places whose stories should be forgotten and left behind in haste. The pillars still tell those stories beneath the interstate. East above the industrial canal, the mouldering strip malls, the narrowed expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. East through Mississippi and winter week night darkness, and onward to Florida, where it terminates. West. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse that breaks clean and sharp at the St. Charles parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. To pillar crowns spire above the overpass, silhouetted by an unnatural glow that leads to Norco. Dismiss. The uncanny smile of professional injury lawyer Martin Smart hangs above Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed hair clings desperately to his head. His hallmark blood-red tie catches the eyes of drivers speeding east. Just a click away, the sign reads. Newly finished Art Deco structures glows beyond the overpass. They turn Charity Hospital into art loft. Disgusting. A makeshift puppet theater. The curtains are closed. Maybe I'll come by later to see what this is about. This is taking forever to start. I'm starving. You been to any of these yet? No. What is it? A puppet show. They always start late. I told them I'd help load the gear, so I'm stuck here until it's over. My stomach's going to eat itself. Hur är jag stuck till Doko? Man holding a skateboard scrolls on his phone. Beautiful night, huh? It's lovely. There's finally a cool front. Been waiting months for it. Come out here most evenings. No one bothers you around this time. Plus, you see a different side of the place. What do you mean? How so? People pass through this building at night you'd never expect. You know what do they call themselves? The Gregs? Garys? Can't remember the name. No idea. The kids that squatted the promenade mall, they're obsessed with Ken and John? Nope. Then it probably wouldn't mean much to you, but anyhow. I see them come in and out of City Hall almost every night. I know it's them because my buddy Bruce got wrapped up in that stuff. Before you get initiated, they make you wear these goofy red polo shirts. Then once you're a full Gary, whatever, you get to wear the blue polo shirt. Sounds like a joke, and it is, but I don't think they realize it. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I see around here at night. Why do they come? What would they be doing here? I wish I had a clue. Oh, I don't know. A figure sits at a desk overlooking Duncan Plaza and the deepening winter night. He watches the fingers of a cool front animate the top of oak trees in the pool. The air this evening is the driest it's been since spring. He watches the last remnants of commuter traffic leaving the Canal Street. Pulsing tail lights, the shift workers running towards the bus. He watches an airplane climbing from Armstrong International, and as passengers look down at the warm glow of the city, the oak trees, the traffic, the frail woman staring from the street, warm glow and darkness, wind from the lake. An armed security guard greets Catherine as she enters the building. He sits on a wooden stool next to a walk-through metal detector. Good evening. Badge, please. Damn, I left it at the house. There are no council meetings scheduled for this evening. You'll need an employee ID badge to enter. I hear strange people come through here at night. A guy out front mentions squatters in polo shirts coming in and out of the building at night. I don't get paid to answer questions.お金いるん？わあ、お金いるんだ。うっそー。急に？もしかしてこっちの方が本編だったりする？ The unmarked neural versioning clinic is empty tonight. Business of questionable repute. It caters largely to clients of modest means. It keeps odd hours to accommodate students and evening commuters. Online reviews range from lukewarm to alarming. Need to find the curious duck. French water. ここ行ってないな。And that is why Maria Love You opened a t-shirt and camera shop on Royal Street. That's not scary at all. I paid for a ghost tour. If we're just going to walk around looking at t-shirt shops, I want my damn money back. This is a farce. What kind of tour guide are you? Well, technically I'm not one, but... Excuse me? My roommate is. And where is he? Long story. I came all this way because the website said it'd be fun. I'm having an alright time. This city was supposed to be enchanting. Anyone trying to score some Molly? I hate New Orleans. Well, ho ho ho. Santa's eyes roll widely in their deep sockets. His mouth twists into a smile. How are you, dear? You got $1 to spare? Help spread some Christmas cheer? Where's the money go? What are you raising money for? Something very benevolent. Like a food bank or... Yes. Yes, a food bank? A food bank, veterans, animal shelter, who cares? Just give me the $1. It's my last one. Going back on your word, are you? Not true. I never promised you anything. You're a liar. Not. And demon. Demon? Santa points his bell at Catherine in accusation. Demon. His posture relaxes abruptly. Open your heart. This is a time for giving. How's the night, man? Not great. Sorry to hear it. You wouldn't have any change to spare, would you? No cent. Got nothing, sorry. Figured. A hot dog vendor sits behind a large plastic cart. He looks up eagerly as Catherine approaches. Oh hey, hi! He watches Catherine with a silent grin. So is this... I'm flanneless, and these... He makes a grand sweeping gesture above the pot of vague meat. Are my dumpy dogs? Silent smiling resumes. He begins to pick at the lint that peppers his jacket. Flannel ass dumpy dogs. He nods, smiles. Would you like one? Sure, what the hell? What the hell, I'm dying anyway. Really? You're buying a dumpy dog? That's fantastic, that's great. You seem a bit surprised? It's just been a while since I've gotten some business. Been a little slow. Haven't ordered new dogs in a while. So these are old dogs? Nothing to worry about, they keep well. How old? Business was popping like I was doing really well back in YX2D. YX2D? That's nearly a decade ago. How would you like yours dressed? Tell you what, think I'll pass. I'll be here all night. Anything else I can help you with? Good. There's a small plaque next to the door, says Curious Duck. This is the place. Door's locked. No. 아게데밀까? 뭐 하게 되나? I think I'll leave Santa be.いけないよな。フレンチクォーターから。フレンチクォーターからだったらどんどん。 Beep, beep. Makarna. The man masquerading as a tour guide continues to lose control of the crowd. This city is just one big scam. To get inside the curious duck.どういうことだな。シティホール。いや、もうできることなくね？ないな。いや、マジでないぞ。どうにかして入る。なんだ。同じ。何もない。ここでやっぱなんかだするんだよね。Ah. So you change your mind, getting hungry, craving a dog? Curious Duck's door is closed, locked. What's with this shop over here? I was told to come by, but the door is locked. A Curious Duck? Rosie doesn't let anyone in unless they know the secret knock. What's the secret knock? So what's the knock? I can't say, sorry. It's urgent, please? Well, I do need some business. Alright, I'll buy one of these old hot dogs. You won't regret it. Doubtful. How much? Just $14. Is that a joke? Is what a joke? Christ, do you take wallet transfers? Cash only. Damn, well... What if I send some business your way? Then I'll show you the knock. Fine, it's a deal. Okay, this is taking forever to start. I'm starving. My stomach is going to eat itself. Do you consider yourself an adventurous eater? If you like to live dangerously, there's a guy selling old hot dogs up the street. Sounds like a delicacy. Always looking for ways to fortify my intestines. The show's getting started. I'll go grab one after it's done. The crowd has arrived to watch the show. The show is getting started. I should take a seat. Okay, stand up. Deep in the cypress hollow I hide. I mourn this evening. My last child has died. They hang hooks from trees from chicken thighs. They shoot bullets in our heads behind our eyes. It is a curse that I am the last to survive. I was once captured by a fisher fool who called me his own. He walked me like a dog along the sinking streets. He fed me strange plants and deli meats. He even covered me with blankets when I went to sleep. I left on the night of a monstrous flood. The fool has not rested a single night since. He stalks these bayous each night, hoping to see my eyes shine. He calls out a ridiculous name that was never mine. Tonight I will shine my eyes at him. I have a request. Kill the shrimp-catching man who killed my children. Remove his head. Bring me his skull. Do this, and you may again leash me like a dog. Hello, Fisher Fool. You've trolled this bayou for many nights. Here I am, the one you're trying to find. My child hangs dead across the lake. Bring me the head of the shrimp-catching man. The one who captures the small ones. Peel the flesh from his skull. Do this and I'll be your dog again. Ew. Three crows watch from the power line that runs along the map. Been a long time I've seen anyone down this bayou. They're all too frightened in me. Biggest alligator ever to hunt this lake. She makes her den just across the way. She took my child from me. I buried him where I found him, near where she stayed. I visit that site daily, hoping I might catch her, but she know better than to show her face. We want to cut out that big skull of hers. That'd be something worth bragging on. It'd be a roadside marvel. There'd be a money to make. I see that rifle you're holding. What are you saying? Okay. 交渉しに来たんじゃないんだよね、こっちはね。You did my bidding, Fisher Fool, just like an obedient dog. Each day you held me captive, my patience drained. You'll not humiliate me again. Consider this your last mistake. Okay. Funded by you, Bristol. I relished the horror that struck the Fisher Fool's eyes. I first took one limb but left him alive. I made him crawl like a dog before he died. What did they more? Oh, guy from the puppet show. Guess he followed my food recommendation. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Thanks for the rec. I might get another one. Just wait for it, pal. Hope you know where to find a bathroom around here. Hi, hey. Thanks for sending some business my way. No problem, but we had a deal. Deal? You're supposed to show me the knock? Oh well, sorry. Rosie would be upset. Are you kidding? I sent you business. Show me the knock. That was the deal. Oh, okay. But I'll only show you once. So here, listen. Did you get it? That was the secret knock? Very secret. That's how everyone knocks. Exactly. Who would suspect it? And Catherine knocks on the door and hears the subtle sound of its unlocking. What's on the call? Don't touch the ball. Suppose you think you can come in here with your soft little hands and touch on my magic ball. Don't work like that, love. Now I got to clean off the smudges. I see you eating french fries. Greasy hands. Nasty. You must be one of them super dark people. Always coming around here looking down at these cell phones. Greasy hands. Terrible. The app said I should come here? The app. Yes, ma'am. Something not right about you. You were a drug head. I'm sorry, is this the right place? It is, Brother Hans, it is. Just calm down, love. You made it. Dallas, I'll tell you what's what. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. Hell of a racket you were making. Jiggling on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out front. I don't got time to be babysitting you now that I got to clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even checked your shoes before you came in? They're dirty. Oh. My shoes are clean. Well, I know that's a lie. And one last thing. That gemstone you got hanging from your neck? That thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. I said, don't touch my ball, love. Why are you still here? Go find Dallas. Let him deal with you. This cat looks familiar. Unopened merchandise boxes are pushed to every corner of the room. An odd jumble of Mardi Gras beads and other trinkets spills from the table. An overpriced selection of travel guides, cookbooks, and haunted history of New Orleans fills the shelf. Plastic simulacra of ceremonial masks hang on the wall. Mass-produced novelty voodoo dolls and tribal figurines clutter the display case. This is going to be a long night. Guessing you're Catherine? That's right. Rosie debrief you? Was that a debriefing? I don't know if that's what I'd called it, but sure. She can be kind of, he cast his gaze into the sky and back to Catherine. Never mind. Crack Job should have a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. Have you been on Crack Job long? How long have you been using this app? I've been doing this since before there was an app, but Super says use the app. I'll use the app. Making a difference to me. What's SuperDog? What exactly is SuperDog? It's a way of making money. Right, but it's an intelligence of some kind. I don't know its purpose. Don't know why it exists. None of that. There are nodes all across the region. Points where you can speak with SuperDog directly. These are all things Rosie should have filled you in on. Not surprised she didn't. Tell me about Rosie. What's Rosie got to do with any of this? There are a dozen or so rendezvous points in addition to the nodes. Rosie's shop is one of them. She must be making good money offering her place to the network. Probably the only reason she keeps going. Doubt she's sold merchandise in years. Locks the doors to discourage customers. Guess you could call it a front. Let's go. I'm ready. Me too. Check the app and let's get moving. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. The doors are locked. The office closed. The office is closed. A steady bead of traffic lights the sky along the causeway. The galvanized steel door to the supply warehouse is half open. Horrible. I know it. Kathleen. You made it. You finished Act 1. Erica said Blake went to Floodgate Tavern yesterday evening. Let's pass by on the way home and see what information we can gather. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character, but we may benefit from speaking to him. Why are you looking at me like that? I still got chili on my face. Please step aside. Shield doing it. Shield is an oil refinery. Don't see how anyone can believe the crap the media has been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide working people. See for yourself. He gestures CV. That why you making your website, Keith? Set the record straight? Yeah, that's right. Evening, folks. Can I get you something stradded? You know Blake Madeira? Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks. Not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. Someone said Blake came by here last night. Nah, he'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. So Blake ripped you off. Let him catch some sleep right here behind the bar after last call, and wouldn't you know the boy walked off with the register. I knew he'd be getting himself all messed up on drugs. I was trying to give the kid a chance. Gave him some chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. Sit here long enough, you never know who might pass through. Hey Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure Gus, that filthy one right there? That's Kate Madeira's oldest. Other one's her robot. You're pulling my leg. That's Kay? Blues baby? Come on now. I worked the turnarounds with Blue. Good man. Great man. Has some stories. How come his kids came out like they did? Look how this one's dressed. Looked to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Blue passed before his time is why them kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You're right about that one, Keith. Sad the way the kids turned out, but forget about it. You two are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm singing. You're in the company of top-rated professional sleuth, and I happen to have a bit of information. Spit it out then. Hey listen, I do things on my own time, you understand? Whining ain't going to make this go no quicker. What he means to say is he don't do anything. What he means to say is he don't do nothing but sit around here and drink. My ass. I'm the hardest working flatfoot you can find. Me. But please, time is of the essence. Pull your heels. I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life. I'm just playing with you. Tell you what, why don't you get me a drink so we can talk? The man lies face down in the bar surrounded by empty bottles. Why are you touching my podner? And this way he comes to relax. The LCD pulse of an evening news make pale shadows across the bar. An image of a man with a long grey beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. Another pipeline explosion has residents of Lower St. Charles Parish shaken. Shield officials have determined that the source of the explosion was due to the botched attempt by oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement known only as Lucky was among the pirates, Shield officials say. He is believed to be hiding in the Batcher Wood along the east bank between Canary and Laplace. Residents are asked to call Crime Stoppers with any information. Before we leave, let's be sure to gather all the information from the home account. What you need? I need beer for your boy. Lord Henry, another sap buying that lowlife a drink. Might need you to buy me a little snack too, seeing as my wallet's all the way out in the car. This is enough to get us going. It's alright. Where do I even start? Will Mama ever tell you about me? Nah. Nothing? I mean, shit, she must have said something. A hard-nosed detective, charming and mysterious? Give it up, Brett. Alright. I'm sure I came up. The problem is you got a piss poor memory. Us investigators, we got to keep our memories short. So while you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand. My cousin Susie's ex-husband knew your daddy when he was still at the plant. And Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Heart. I knew her since I was a boy. Everyone around here knew Catherine. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People would say she was kin to Jesus. Old men lived behind Lupus would say that. Talking about Pavlov? Yeah, Pavlov. It's been years since I taught about him. A lot you could say about Pow Pow. He'd whisper some bullshit and get everyone repeating it. It wasn't all bullshit. Saying a con-ass like me a child of Christ. You know that's bullshit. Well, all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean? Like, literally. Wait, what? This was years ago, long before Blue died. Paul told the priest a family of Kajun came from Jesus. Said Catherine had, well, you say it, like Jesus blood. Got it from her daddy's daddy and so on all the way back to the old world. Like in that movie, one with the volleyball. That ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priest and stuff. I don't know, I don't watch movies. Figure some of that's likely to be true. You'd believe any old shit, Keith. No disrespect. Catherine never noticed. She was off on her own planet. Wild as she was. Opal never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine, but she weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith. You'd be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Where she went, trouble followed. But I admired her, and she admired me. Who wouldn't? Anyone who knows him. I'll piss on you. Or sees him. You always been jealous of my looks. Or smells him. Now I know you're full of it. I sprayed this whole suit down in cologne just this morning. Don't mind Gus. I've always been the handsome one and he gets jealous. Made me forget what I wanted to tell you. That's right, your house is out there near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window looks out on the yard, more or less. But this is a pretty long story, and like I was saying, ain't got my wallet with me. And you want us to buy another... And you want us to buy you another drink? That's a real generous offer, Robot. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. What's it going to be this time, folks? I brought them to know that. Word of warning, he'll bleed you dry. This is the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining on nothing. Just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. This real important information I'm trying to share here valuable, you might say. And you buy me the cheapest beer in the house? A little rude maybe, but that's okay. That ain't no problem. So listen here. This what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out on your mama's yard. I'm always keeping an eye on that street. This was a little way back, right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the street like I do, and I seen these shield security types leaving the house. They was carrying books. You saw shield security leaving Catherine's house with books? That's what I'm saying, Robot. They was walking out the front door with the books, casual as can be. And where the hell were you? Ain't you some kind of security robot yourself? What would S.H.I.E.L.D. be looking for? Hell if I know. Lola sent Claire, the regional CEO we got over there. They always took a bit of an interest in my mom. I hear she's a loose cannon. Why would she be interested in my mom? Everybody was. He's right. Everybody wanted what was in her head. What makes her a loose cannon? It's just what they say. You talking about Laura? Piece of work, that one. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation into the ground. Only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. Well, people want her gone. Who's her father? Thomas St. Clair, founded Claire Bionics. They made robots just like your friend there. Hell, Amelia might be a St. Clair unit herself. Anyhow, man's rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair is a servant of the devil. There Gus goes with his bullshit. Not bullshit, it's truth. Alright, Gus. Enough about Laura St. Clair. Why didn't you stop the show, agents? Well, because I was busy. With what? You know, just busy. Who cares with that? When are you ever busy with anything? All the time. I can hardly get a minute to relax. Yeah, what are you doing? I told you, I was looking out the window and I saw them show people. So answer the question, Brett. You see these people breaking into a home, you're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed them. Sometimes I wonder if half of these stories you tell... Ask around town. Everybody knows I'm a killer. Are just fantasies you make up to convince yourself I was taking a shit. The detective smoothed his ties. The detective smoothed his tie as a moment of silence settled over the room. The window is next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have an irritable bowel syndrome. I Hadn't even started wiping when I see them shield dudes. Right, bro? Would you run down Apple Street with poo all over your ass? The man closes his eyes and shakes his head slowly. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You got to have a clean ass to fight crime. Everyone knows that. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. That's enough. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. It would be a real nice gesture of appreciation if you bought your informant something to eat. And circle back afterwards, I might have a little more information to share. What now? Old boy got hungry? Yes, definitely. Suck a bone every day. Good for business, I guess. Should have mentioned I don't much care for the fries here, but that's okay. I ain't complaining. Just would have liked me a sandwich or something. I forget all that. What's important right now is that you understand what I told you. I saw shield thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. What the box contained? No idea. But they was in there looking for something. No telling what. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery, in that old plantation house, where the real action happens. If I had to guess where they was heading, that'd be it. Say Keith, you getting all this? Every word. He's making himself a little new subside. What's the name going to be, Keith? I got a few ideas in mind. You're just like Duck, bro. Duck used to be a news junkie too, digging up dirt on all the bigwigs. That was before the cancer knocked him on his ass. Some people just want to know the truth. You've been by to see Duck, okay? The bank could use visitors. No, yeah. You better go see him. That old boy knows shit no one else does. Where is he? What do you mean? Kate must have took you to see Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Perhaps LeBron is right to suggest that we visit him at some point. Think about it, Perhaps... Oh yes, quite. Why are you talking like that? Did they make you in England or something? You sound like a queen. Thank you. Weird ass thing. Anyhow, figured I'll be seeing you two again. A lot. Excuse me. Mattaねだいぶ。誰をダックか。An old friend of mine's, your memory of him is scattered and vague. Ron suggested you visit him, but where does he live? You tried to recollect his face. Regional smiles, but otherwise placid, expressionless. I was always happy to see him. His health. It took a turn before we left. A bit of lethargy, irregular breathing, sore on his legs. Your mom brought him food on days when he was unable to stand. His son. Dead at 14. An explosion in the yard. Natural gas leaking from a pipe. Something caused a spark. The pipeline. He crossed the property to Shield's chemical annex. There's only one neighborhood along the fence line. What's left of it, anyhow? Small fragments of his home pass through the blank ink of your mind. The perennial accumulation of dust, damp curtains and pile of cans on the kitchen table, and those refinery shadows of the little slab bungalow. Duck lives in Dimes. Dimes is a neighborhood along the fence line of Shield's chemical annex. Duck lives there. This has taken another unusual turn. Erica told us that Blake was heading here yesterday evening. The bartender says that Blake hasn't come by in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. The Bronx says that Shield has stolen a box of your mother's possessions. We have nothing else to go on. We must retrieve the stolen items and hope that they point us towards your brother. Accessing Shield's headquarters won't be easy. Without assistance, perhaps impossible. I suggest we recruit help before attempting it ourselves.どこに住んでるって言っちゃっけな。Dimes. Dimes. Dimes, 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 dimes. Shield's chemical annex sits a small distance from the house. The house is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation that has since become a permanent fixture. New Orleans だからか。暗っ。Not the first one to come through here, toppling over all my shit in the dark. Since the buyout, people think this neighborhood's all the way empty. Come around looking for copper. But you wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kay. Not like your brother. How's it been, Duck? How's it been? About how it looks. I made such a mess with that head drive. Just trying to keep myself out of trouble till it's my turn to go, so... Head drive? I unleash it. The monster, Super Duck, calls itself that just to get to me. Just to piss me off. It's my fault, that company that made it for me. I should have known from the get-go. They only do their business at night. Found out later they ain't even got a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. The jump that was in my brain. He begins to laugh. It's spreading around like a virus. It's even in trees. I told your mother don't get messed up in any of that. She tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said, turn off the radio. She never listened. Stopped responding to me. Figure that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave her debt for you to deal with, so... So you kept up with my mom? Up until right near the end, okay? She lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. It took a toll on her body. It started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before I know it, they found a little in her lungs. She was still going all over town, walking up and down airline like some kind of bag lady. Figured she thought it'd go away, she ignored it, but that didn't work out for her. Once it came from me, it never did quit. I've been getting sores, cramps every day. Can't keep nothing down. Tried to tell her that. Said, Catherine, it's not the kind of thing you can work off. You think she listened? By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working, no more doing nothing. But she'd already gotten fed up with me by that point. Never really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with your daddy. Hurts my heart thinking about it. But what can you do? No hiding from God's will. So... we're trying to get into the refinery. Not a good idea, Kay. What for? They stole my mum's stuff. Well, that's interesting. The regional executive, she took a particular interest in your mother. Why? She wanted to know the things Catherine knew, I suppose. Your mother was out in the lake, she heard Shield or somebody was building some kind of rig out of there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she found something. It sounded to me like her medication was messing up her head, but she insisted it was real. Some kind of UFO. Said it followed her for nearly a mile. But anyhow, that CEO they got at Shield, she's about as far of her mind as your mother was. She must have caught wind of all this. Catherine got to be careful in her old age, paranoid even. The important things she kept hidden. Whatever Shield stole, it wasn't nothing important. But you want to get it back. Can you help us, Skinny? I'm going to regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long, been dying to tell somebody. I don't know how S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to do it, but they fucked up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I put it up, I get a view of the inside. Not like I know what the hell to do with it. Clicked around a bit, but just got myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Look, have a look. Whatever you do, Kay, I'm asking you to be careful. I have more questions about my mom. This monster, my mom was working for it? Hate even thinking about that thing. It knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kind of shit. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. But you know what? I won't be the first to die, hell no. It roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. I couldn't get a single word out of her after a point. Did you attend her funeral? I planned to. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything. But the day of the service, I couldn't hardly walk. I heard from a couple of people it was a beautiful one. For all the bridges she burned, there was plenty people who had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. The ones who got her sacked. I know that chopped her ass. They buried her with that fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She'd say it reminded her who she was. Figured she probably wanted to give it to you, but you were gone. And Blake, well, he'd have pawned it to anyone fool enough to buy it. So, the ring she wore around her neck was fake? You don't know the story? Kind of funny if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into the pawn shop up there on the airline and stole the biggest ruby he could find. Went around telling everyone it was from the old world. Said it traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi River. Oh, that was a bunch of bullshit handed up in Angola for it. Though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia. Fake. The man spent months in the jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of his crevice. My mom was fired from the university? Sure, you were young. Couldn't have been too long after Blue passed. She lied up and down to get that job, and it weren't nothing special neither. Just a community college in the city. That's Catherine. Never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. You mentioned a buyout? You must have noticed coming in, the houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. We've got a little momentum on their side after the last explosion. The paper were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But hell, we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in, we suffered. Gas leak, noise, explosions, can't grow my vegetables out in the yard. Just won't grow. I never cared to move, but I knocked doors for it somehow. Anyhow, if S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us, my little plot of land would be worth something. Money they were offering to buy us was alright. Be worth a lot more had they never come. Number they put in front of me, I said piss on it. I could have sued after Reese died. I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in dimes, so I'm sorry about Reese. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. When you fill out a survey at the head drive clinic, they ask you to write down memories. Control points, they call them. All them years ago, I couldn't stand to write out his name. It was too painful. I skipped his memory. I regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. It'd be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my boy inside it. A strange ornamental box. You attempt to open the box, it's locked. The trophy sitting atop the bookshelf reads Junior Champion Reese Richard, St. Charles Parnish, YX2B. The Pigman. Some claim that the Pigman is a type of grunch who hides beneath the interstate bridges that cross Lake Pontchartrain. Legend has it that if you bring the Pigman a gift, he'll return a gift to you in kind. A collection of bills, letters, and photographs are pinned to the board. The photographs are of various industrial and infrastructural landscapes that you recognize from around the region. The Geismar aluminum refinery, the grain elevators downriver, the airport control tower. The head of a buck is mounted to the wall. A computer console with a large trackpad that magnified display. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield security terminal is displayed on the console. Use terminal. You sit before the shield terminal display. This is a map of SHIELD Sentinel drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. If we want to gain access to the refinery, then it may be necessary to clear the Sentinels from this zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there is a way to relocating them to other zones. Sequence allotment. It seems there is a precaution in place to prevent any zones from being unsecured. There may be a way around this. No zones can host more than 3 drones. When one zone contains no drones, then the maximum capacity neighbor will reallocate a drone to its unsecured neighbor. This means that when removing the last drone from Zone A, we must be sure that none of its neighbors are at maximum capacity. Who lives in Louisiana? Who lives in Louisiana? Say ah. Hi. Hello. Move from. Oh. Chill. Zone A unsecured. The drones have been cleared from the entrance area of the refinery. I suspect this will be helpful. Okay. Oof. Computer console with a large trackpad and magnified display. You pull on the mouth of the deer. It articulates open by way of internal hinge. Inside of the mouth is a golden key. You remove the key from its perch and slide it into your pocket. Huh? Key discovered in Duck's office. Prisoner? You attempt to open the box. It's locked. You use the key in your possession to unlock the box. Inside you discover a small collection of letters folded with care and decayed by time. Read. Let's stick to letters from here. The new phone in the house shows a list of incoming calls. I was unbearable last night. Words were leaving my mouth that never entered my head. Please know how much I care about you and how much I wish I could tell you. I understand your frustrations and I'm sorry and I love you. And I hope you can bless me with your patience just a little longer. Love you with my whole heart. C. Yes? Your mom saw something in the lake. Your mom was investigating reports of construction in the lake. She found no evidence of it, nor who might be behind it. Oh. How you doing, Kay? It's sad to see Duck in this state. He was once such a vibrant man. Yes. We need to find a way into the refinery. Yes, Shield has stolen some of your mother's possessions. We can attempt to infiltrate the refinery ourselves, but I don't think we'd be successful. Let's ask around for help. There's a fugitive hiding in one batching. Yes, we saw him mentioned on the news. Allegedly an oil pirate. What about him? Maybe he can help us get into the Shield? That's reasonable to assume. Are all pirates common? Increasingly so. The pipeline network in this region is largely unmonitored. Claire Bionics and other are developing new technologies to address this. Where is Mrs. Suburban near Dom's discount? Space. Yes. Brother never ended up at Floodgate Tavern. Erica said Blake was headed to Floodgate Tavern last night. Gus, the bartender, said Blake never showed up. Your brother is a lot younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling image boards. An edgelord, a shitlord, a sensitive soul, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves but often makes things worse. What else? Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying. When I think of him, all I feel is guilt and obligation. No love or anything like it. Your brother is oblivious. Your grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at the tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. You're fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, you responded. You look confused. What did she say? Brother. Good evening, how may I help you? I wanted to ask you some questions. Too bad, if you wanted my help, you should have listened to me when I told you to stop petting the cat. Tavern. You two knuckleheads managed to figure out what Shield was looking for? Come and tell me. A good detective should know what's going on. We're looking for Umbrella. Why don't you ask us about that? I don't keep up with Blake normal. Too much trouble. Getting to the refinery. Getting in that refinery ain't easy. I know that much from experience. You should find one of them people like they've been talking about on the news to help you out. All pirates, barricading Highway 1. Diverting pipeline and all this. Them the only kind I ever seen get through security. They were saying on TV one of them pirates being hiding in the Battlewood. It's all over the TV. He points to the television. Street. Street, God. The overhead light of the neighbor's kitchen illuminates yellow wallpaper and unused furniture. Dimes discount. Either of you see a dog, little black pet green eyes? You see her, you send her this way. She answers to Potts. You the one they're looking for? Well, so what? Lucky make the news? They want trouble? Here I am. You see that dog, you send her this way. This dog looked kind of hungry. What do dogs eat? Dog food, Brad. Dog eats dog food. You grab a bag of dog food. Thank you for your purchase. Pour a heap of food onto the ground before the dog. She... Times discounted. Yeah. Potts! You brought back my pot liquor. She was having me worried. Potts now she... Though as they come. She tough as they come. But Lucky thought they had her. He reaches down and pets the dog behind her ears as she pats eagerly. He regards Million. "See, robot, you look familiar. You a Clear Bionics unit?" "No." "Right then. Just thought you might feel lucky in on a little gossip." "What gossip?" "Laura sent Claire. She an unusual character, turning that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase." "For what?" "What I was hoping the robot might tell me. But anyhow, they call me Lucky. I stick around here, you need help, you find me. Help is just what we need." "That's that right?" "We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property. You could use a hand." "I done got past them hences more than I can count. That's a good time. Even got me a couple grenades in my bag. Lucky'll come. You can count on Lucky." "Now that there are so many of us, we'll need a truck to get around. Let's return to the house. I hope they finish repairs quickly." Mitchell. Backyard. Lucky waits beside the truck. "So this Miss Madeire's house then. Lucky knew your mom a bit." "How?" "She was round. Seen her a time or two. She weren't no friends to the companies neither. They'd have liked to have her dead. They got their wish." The old man nods. "They did. These companies want to get off the oil. Too much trouble." "What do you mean?" "They put them wind turbines out in the Gulf, and now they're building a brain." "A brain?" Everybody know they in there building a brain. All the refineries is doing that. Going to hook them all up, make a bigger brain. But that ain't enough to outsmart Lucky. Lucky's smarter than any big brain you can dream up. They're going to use it to find fuel out in space. Best of luck to them. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a buck. Then why get in their way? Lucky ain't in nobody's way. Everybody like Lucky just fine. Didn't you blow up an old pipeline? He maintains a neutral expression as he watches the tree line. Lucky done blown up all kinds of shit. People think Lucky hates S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucky don't hate S.H.I.E.L.D. He just like causing trouble. Without S.H.I.E.L.D. ain't nobody have a job in this place. But here comes that robot. We best get moving. You want to talk more? Just tap me on the shoulder. I finished repairing the truck. Shall we attempt to access S.H.I.E.L.D.? Let's go. Monkey flies from the bed of the truck as Million speeds down the highway. Million raises her voice through the rear window of the cab. "I'm relieved I was able to get this truck running. 2 pistons needed to be replaced." Lucky shouts over the noise of the highway. "What you got, Kate?" "What do you know about S.H.I.E.L.D.? "Lucky know about all there is to know. What about it?" "How long has the facility been in Norco?" S.H.I.E.L.D. came here early. All this area was plantations. Weren't no money in that after slavery. Got all that oil right there in the Gulf. Oil companies come in and get the land cheap. River connects straight to it. Whole operation down here used to be run from their central headquarters. Then they split it up to get around some walls. Now you got this regional corporation with Laura St. Clair at the top. And loves. Yeah, they regret that idea. Tell me about Laura St. Clair. Laura St. Clair's the regional executive of Shield Norco. Board of directors appointed her because of Thomas, her daddy. They was thinking they get her daddy. Look how that worked out. She done lost her mind, and Thomas, he don't want nothing to do with her. What do you mean? Oh help, it's in all the newspapers. She's been sending survey teams out into the lake. Why is she sending them out there? Don't make no sense. That area of the lake, that ain't got no oil, no salt domes. Whatever she looking for, it ain't much to do with oil. You said they're building a drain. Still trying to find a way to get off the oil. Too much politics in it. What they want is to find minerals where they ain't no people. And where's that? Lucky points out that sky. Out in them stars. But you can't go flying around up there without a big brain. That's why they was hoping to get at Laura St. Clair's daddy. Too bad for them. I thought shield. You from around here? Lucky come from Bachelier, right up the river. But he done travel the land, walked to Knoxville, sailed to Mexico. Lucky down seen a good piece of this world. How long have you had Potts? Pot's been Lucky's side 2 years. Found her pregnant beneath a car one day. Couldn't stand to see her like she was. Met a man with some land, wanted babies. Thought we'd part ways eventually, but shoot, guess I got used to her being around. She returned all I did for her many times. No sentinel drones around. Once we clear these two, we're in. Ready? Let's do it. The man wants. Ooh. Shimmy. Eh?死ぬって。死んだ？Nothing much to it. When them sentinels are not around, they let you more or less walk into the place. And would you take a look at that big fella? The fright mover? Hell of a machine. Could really put on a show with one of them. Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get to it. Refinery is ours. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Alice. Sup? No stranger to the network. You will assist Catherine. Yes. Catherine, in the lake you saw the stone. We saw you see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. Superduct is, what else? A network. A system of signals, wireless communication of low-cost frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds and flight. Superduct saw you see the stone because Superduct was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you, it seeks you, it will submit to you. But we must act fast. Shield wants the stone, Claire Bionics wants the stone, Superdot wants the stone, and John has the stone. John. Everybody hates John. Everybody follows John. Influencer, dopamine fiend. Convinced himself he has faith in God. Convinced others, even. Some young and idealistic, some old and bitter, these are all characters of John. You will find them gathered in the bowl of Promenade Mall in Kenner. John has hidden the stone in his forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill his prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Got it? Go get me my shiny stone, hurry, before you die. I want to eat it. Have a good evening, you two. Can you please explain to me what... So wait. Sorry, go. You go. What was that? What was what? There's a bird with teeth the size of my head living inside that warehouse? Yeah. That's normal to you? No, but I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life. Me too, but... What's this stone? It said it loves you. What was that all about? I don't know. Is there a drone or something in the lake? Why does he keep calling it a stone? Stone, drone, I have no idea. I was a little distracted. Well, I need you to start paying attention or neither one of us is getting paid tonight. I got the gist. Some internet weirdos are living in the mall and they've got this stone. That's right, Kenner and his gang. They're keeping the stone at the old Promenade Mall in Kenner. We need to find a way inside and get the stone. Bring it back here. You got that? Go to the abandoned mall, steal the magical stone, bring it to the giant warehouse bird. Couldn't be more clear. Okay. Can't know I bought it. Retrieve stone from mall. Oh. Pop up. A drainage canal forms a moat around the parking lot, dividing it from its commercial neighbors. Mattress bus. A fence adjoins the backside of two strip malls. The crevice between them reveals a smear of light towards William Boulevard. Beyond the fence is drive-through chicken, car audio, mattresses direct to you, water towers and power lines, and crumbling concrete and traffic signs. Abortive landscaping attempts, unkempt shrubs, solar-fed Christmas lights, weathered and forgotten. The downpour finds its way into the drainage canal, its water level slowly rising. A single car sits in the parking lot. A subdivision at the mall's rear is beyond the lot. I used to come here all the time as a kid. Same. I knew it fell on hard times. Didn't know just how hard. That's Keith? Who? Keith Broussard. The guy I went to high school with. Where do you go to high school? Restaurant. Restaurant's right down the street. Not so odd you see him here. In an abandoned parking lot in the rain in the middle of the night. Guess I've been on this app too long. Seems fine to me. Keith? Hey, alright sister, thought that was you. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm working. Me too, working a case. Starting me a little news website. What's the website? What's this website? Ain't got a name yet. Still trying to come up with something cool. Keith's News Alert or something like that. I'm just trying to report on what's really happening around here. What are you investigating? Tell me about this case you're working, Keith. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in this mall right here. Heard they got small boys coming in and out. Textbooks, adrenochrome harvesting facility. The guy who runs the operation looks about as much like a pervert as you can picture. Kenna John? You got it. Man, looks like a slug. What do you know about Kenna John? I know he got his start posting in the comment section on New Orleans News and Views. He'd go in there saying he learned how to speak to God. Got him some attention that way. Before you know it, this gaggle of boys started following him around. Sick stuff. That is a sicko. I should keep moving, but maybe I'll come back later to see how the case is going. I'd like that, sister. Come pass by. Why I don't see you around so often these days? Staying busy. You mind me asking you something? Just a thing I find myself wondering about? Sure. Don't mean for this to be rude, but how come you treated Lou the way you did? One of the best men I ever knew. Why would you ask that? You kept his name. I figure it couldn't been all bad. Just something I wanted. Well, wonder about something else. Hey, forget I asked. I'm too busy to be thinking about that right now. Then go be busy, Kate. I didn't mean to rattle you like that. Ooh. A four-door mid-sized SUV, an older model, well maintained. A small plastic case device lies in the ground. Grass. What is that thing? I guess I'd say it was a tracker. Don't know what use it is laying in the mud. Light pours from the partially open garage door. Catherine crouches and peers beneath the garage door. Sports commentary blares from the television in the far corner. She studies the space beyond the threshold. A compressor, ice chest, tackle boxes, stacks of cardboard, bucket of bolts, and welding scrap. Kitchen supplies, a butane stove, laundry baskets filled with cans of cat food, an old candle burned to its base and tipped onto the floor. Stacks of disintegrating newspaper, a microphone stand, a collection of shadeless lamps lined against the wall as if awaiting a firing squad. Situated amidst the clutter, a man in a red folding chair watches the television, his back turned away. What are you doing? Just... Catherine steps into the garage. Wait here. Catherine regains her posture beyond the door. The man doesn't notice her. Sorry. Oh. Hello? The man looks back and jumps in his chair. What in the... Catherine lifts both hand palms out. Sorry to startle you. Hell you in my garage for? This is about Bruce, isn't it? Who? Bruce? That's right, Bruce, my son. He must be a journalist or something. A social worker? You probably know him as Garrett. Ever since he got himself mixed up with that internet freak, people like you been coming by asking about him. But I keep saying the same thing, I don't talk to him. Can't even get him on the phone no more. We work together at the plant in Norco, but he goes out of his way to avoid me. Course he landed a computer job while I'm busting my ass off with Torch all day. Won't even look his daddy in the eyes. My kid, she left, never came back. It's hard. Harder, right? Can't focus on nothing around here. Always waiting for him to call. Even started digging through all these boxes looking for the little stuffed monkey he'd carrying around as a kid. Son just like my daughter. Figured I could give it to him as some kind of peace offering. What would you tell him if he ever came back? Hell, I don't know. Get some sense. Guess I'd say, Bruce, you're my boy, and this here is your home. Wouldn't turn you away for nothing. That cult shit, that Garrett shit, let it go. Just come back home. That's what I'd say. You see him? You see Bruce? You will tell him that? Hell, you can even record it and hang on to it until you see him. He blocked my number. I can't get a word to him. I don't have anything to record with. Then come back when you do. I'll repeat it. I ain't got no shame left. Now go on. Get out of my garage. これじゃない？違うんか。Recording device then. 違う。I'm ready to retire. How do you get involved with Superdoc? This all used to happen on Craigslist. Posts showing up, the strangest things. I was bussing tables uptown. Couldn't swing rent, had a kid to feed, started responding to the listings. First one I ever did was steal a head drive. Broke into a man's house in Norco, stole it right out of his office, brought it to another house. The people there were just like me. Just like you. How? Didn't know shit. They were there because of a post just like I was. House wasn't theirs. Nobody knew whose house it was. They plugged the hard head drive into a wall. They gave me some cash, I left. I'm a little lost. What's up? I don't know what the hell's going on. Superdoc is what? Superdoc. Yeah. What is it? Something like a virus. It infects things, animals, trees, phones, whatever else. So what was that thing in the warehouse? A node in the network. There's a handful around the region. You use the app long enough, you get to know them. And the app is for doing whatever this virus wants you to do? I don't know. Just how I keep the lights on. Who is John? The thing in the warehouse mentioned John. Kenna John. You don't know Kenna John? Never heard of him. Happy for you. He makes videos, they get shared all over the internet. I watched a couple. Religious stuff. You religious? I turned away for a while, but the council brought me back. No doubt. John's a divisive figure among the faithful. Not the most orthodox preacher. Where do you find this stone? The thing Super's looking for? From them mall in Cannon. That's what Super said anyhow. Dismiss. レコーディングできるものが必要だね。セーブしてないんですよ。Come on, Catherine, leave the man alone. Catherine crashes into the garage. Fine, we're pals. Catherine approaches the man in the garage. You again? You talked to Bruce yet? No, not yet. I was hoping you could repeat what you said. Trying to make me blush? Record it if you're having so much trouble remembering, and hang on to it until you see it. I said... Record.このエリア行ってみるかな。Eagle Wholesale. なんもないな、多分ここ。よいしょ。A woman with an exhausted expression sits on a bucket with a forgotten cigarette burning in her fingers. Are you one of these nerds that come around here to play with puppets? I'm not. No, not my scene. Good. We're back here trying to live a quiet life. These people with their haircuts, they come around here playing with puppets, making a big production. Then the cops show up and give us a hard time. I got chased away from my last spot. I'm not trying to deal with that again. Where was your last spot? Where were you before you ended up here? The mall in Kenna. I was one of the first after they condemned the building. A man lived in a closet. He was strange, but he kept to himself. No one bothered me in that place until the boys showed up. They chased us out, threatened to report us. The bastards, that guy John, their leader, he should die. I hope the closet man lives up to his word and kills him. Said don't touch my ball, though. That's Rosie? Tell you the sun to be. Overpass. City Hall. Thank you for choosing. So like it? ないな、ここでできること。ってことで、どうするんかな。じゃあ、フートフート。Some kind of recruitment video plays on the monitor above the entrance. Imagery flashes across the screen, punctuated by text. 3 geometric shapes. Find all 3. Name tag that reads Garrett. Pinned to the crayon blue shirt. Earn the badge. A tower circled by scaffolding. Find salvation in the stars. Hold on. The scale model is encased in glass. And it's Norco, Louisiana, baby. Lucky dog, baby. French Court 1BB. Okay. What do you think that is? Hard to say. Almost looks like an oil rig. So Greetings from New Orleans. Oh yeah, I kind of assumed you were, yeah, New Orleans, because yeah, it's kind of cool seeing the place in game, I guess. Played this game called Ghostwire Tokyo recently, and it was quite fun looking at all the places you kind of recognize. But hi, hello, thank you for joining. Thanks for the hello sedation holiday. Thanks for that. Any preferred way for me to call you? Just let me know. What do you think? How to say almost looks like an oil rig or a spaceship? Two teens speak in whispers behind the gate. Each has a similar bowl cut, lacks shoes, and wears a blue-collared shirt with a name tag that reads Garrett. The older of the two eyes Catherine indifferently. Yeah? Is the mall open? Been a long time since I've come by this mall. Is it still open? The two boys snicker. Not for you. I'm trying to get inside. Either of you gentlemen care to help us into this place? No one's going to help you. You have to help yourself. Is this how you live your life? Walking around parking lots in the rain, asking for help? More or less. It's time you take responsibility for yourself. My pronouns are bro, dog. Okay. I meant like a name, but okay. Dog. I'll go for dog then. Hello, dog. Left becomes strong. Get a new fit. You look like you're wearing a bag. No more soft drinks. I hate soft drinks. Then don't drink them. You need to be initiated before we can even consider letting you in. Initiated how? Humorous. How many readings have you collected? 3. Bullshit. Then tell me how many days the arc took to complete. It took Noah about 60 years to build his ark. Not Noah's ark, lady. So you have no idea what's going on around here? Guilty. You need to pull yourself together. I can help you, but first you need to help yourself. How? Sad. Sad. Really sad. So listen, John's got an app, okay? You need to install it if you have any hope of making your way in here. Even once you're inside, you need the readings to visit the cathedral. Cathedral? The place where the divine object resides. Don't talk about that with the civs, moron. What's the app called? What app? The one you just mentioned 2 seconds ago to get into the mall? Oh, John's Kenner book. Oh no, it's Kenner John's Apocryphon. That's it. Kenner John's Apocryphon. Install that shit. Catherine pulls out her phone. Done. Congrats, you're on your way to being less of a fuck up. You've not collected this reading from John. What? Huh? No, that. Huh? Find 3 symbols. I am friend. I need your help. Garrett said to speak to you. We don't know where to find the first sculpture. The first reading of John, not far, in a yard. In a yard. First reading from the Apocryphon of Kenajon. Early years you spend inside, TV on, dad blurring the games. Says he keeps Christ in his heart, but it's a lie. Kenner is the only place on earth. And where you go, you want to hang out with. Your flesh is alien, the house is prison. Only escape is through fiber lines. Someone in the forums posts a flyer for a show. Somewhere to meet people, something to do, whatever. You borrow your dad's car and go. Step into Saints somewhere and you immediately know these ain't your people, Garrett. You make a few jokes, someone calls you a Nazi. You throw the first punch, things spiral out of control. You're outside bleeding, pushing someone's face into a trash can full of go-cups and beer bottles. The scum are screaming at you to stop, but you don't. Someone knocks you over the head with a floor jack. You fall to the ground, they think you're dead. You're unconscious for 12 days. 12 days, you wake up with a slouched mouth on your left side, determined to ruin everyone's life. You watch the forums closer now. You call the cops on the next show, and the next show, and the next show. You get the place shut down for a while. You're gonna let up. Your job. The scum. Saint Somewheres. Saint Somewheres. Saint Somewhere. Dumpy dog costume. My stomach still doesn't feel right. That hot dog finally catch up to you? This past couple of hours has been the worst experience of my life. Why do you let me eat that thing? Because I had to. Nothing personal, just something I had to do. You were a bad person. After you left, my stomach started screaming. You know how hard it is to find a bathroom in the French Quarter? And you found one. That's good. No, I didn't find one. What did you do? And what did you do? You don't want to know. Yes, I do. Oh, but I do. You give me bad vibes, you know that? You want to know how I dealt with the insane explosive diarrhea that I got because of you? Is this some kind of a power trip or something? Do you go around coaxing young men into eating old grey hot dogs most nights, or this is a special occasion? Special occasion. And then you follow them around and see where and how they took a shit? This is what you do with your weeknights? Yes. I'm here, aren't I? Right, fine, I'll tell you. Just remember that you asked. So after you leave the French Quarter, I'm standing there with flanneless, enjoying my second hot dog. I can tell something's wrong with my stomach. I run up the street to use the bathroom at some tourist trap, but the bouncer throws me out right when it's my turn in line. By that point, I'm desperate. I unlock my bike and start riding home as fast as I can. Nearly run over a couple of pedestrians. I'm on Elysian Fields and St. Claude, major intersection. Tons of traffic, backed up for about a quarter mile because there's an accident. I know that I'm going to shit myself. It's coming. I'm in a state of complete panic. If I shit right there, dozens of people will see it. I need privacy, fast. There's a stretch limo Hummer pulled on the side of the road with people hanging out on the sidewalk next to it. Looks like high school students, like maybe they're getting ready to go to a dance or something. They're all congregated on one side of the limo, like on the sidewalk. I'm in the street on the opposite side, so I drop my bike right there in the street and sneak into the limo as quietly as I can. No one's in there, they're all outside. I don't think twice, I just pull my pants down and let loose. It's, there's a lot of it, it's taking a while. Should I get going? You still enjoying yourself here? Yes. Please continue. You're disgusting. So anyway, while I'm in there, the kids shut the door, the drivers climb in, and all the lights at the rear of the limo go out. I guess the drivers was just dropping the kids off downtown, I don't know. But at this point, it's just me and him. There's a tinted window that divides the cab from the rear of the limo. It would be pretty hard for the driver to see me with the lights out. He gets on the phone, calls his wife or girlfriend or whatever as he drives away. He thinks the limo is empty. He's got it on speakerphone and I can hear the whole conversation in the speaker right next to my head. First thing he says is how bad those kids stink. Said he'll never drive young kids like that again. Said they smell like baby diapers. Then he starts like having phone sex. I'm not joking. They immediately launch into it, saying what they want to do to each other, all this stuff. Not like that's the biggest deal in the world, but for reasons I won't get into, I just really didn't want to be in there anymore. I tried to open the door thinking, fuck it, I'll just jump out, but the door is locked. I check the others. They're all locked. I crawl up to the window and start tapping on it. Sir, you forgot me. He hangs up the phone, cracks the little tinted window. Who in the hell are you? He asks. I'm one of the kids. You forgot to drop me off. He starts shouting, what is this smell? What is that smell? My heart is beating out of my throat. I can't breathe. He rolls up the window, calls the police. Again, I can hear the entire conversation. Operator asks him what the problem is. He says a man broke into his limo and took a shit in it. Just like that, a man broke into my limo and took a shit in it. They ask him his location. He pulls off on the side of the road and waits for the cops. I'm banging on the window, begging him to let me out, saying I'll pay for him to get it cleaned up. He pretends I'm not even there. Still care to listen? Of course. Show goes tell. You listen to the entirety of Show goes tell. I can just sing it. Alright, so here's what gets me. The New Orleans Police Department has never showed up to anything on time. It takes them hours to show up to a murder scene, right? Well, a squad car pulls up behind the limo within like 3 minutes. At this point, I can't even explain to you. I am having a heart attack. I'm dying. I crouch down behind the door and wait. There's shit everywhere. It's on my shoes, my hands, my shirt. I have no alibi here. The man gets out, opens the door for the police. I spring out there and just start running. I don't look back. I can hear the cops shouting. I turn into the neighborhood. There's a construction dumpster about a block away. I run like lightning towards that thing, dive in. There's a barbed wire, nails, all kinds of stuff. I'm getting scratched up. I don't care. Adrenaline is coursing through my veins. I burrow down into the heap of trash like a mole and hide. I can hear the police sirens. Squad car stops at the dumpster. They get out, look around, they shine the light right on me. I stay perfectly still, holding my breath. They leave. I wait a couple minutes, I climb out, I walk here, I take another shit. I am so sorry. Yeah, well, hot dogs. A small group gossip Music spilling from inside drowns out all but the vaguest details. A love triangle, too much whiskey, someone kicked in the wall in a fit of rage. The man working the door tunes out the cacophony while scrolling through cooking recipes on his phone. No cover tonight, just checking IDs. We're looking for a sculpture. We're looking for one of Canon John's sculptures. That ring a bell? We're talking about the douche whose little gang keeps calling the cops on me? Presumably, yes. You don't look like one of those mall Nazis. What's this about? I'm an academic. I'm conducting research on this Garrett phenomenon for an anthropology journal. No kidding. So have you visited their secret lair or whatever? They took over the old Promenade Mall. Some of us tried sneaking in there, but they've got the spot locked down. Anyhow, here's what I know. They've got some game they play on their phone. They stick these devices around town like Easter eggs. They find the devices, scan them with their phone, something like that. I'm not sure of the details. They hid one right outside the bar, so we had the little mall Nazis coming by every night to find it. But then last night, Ditchman came and grabbed it. Ditchman? Who's Ditchman? He lives over by the mall. He's usually hanging around the ditches feeding the ducks. I don't know the guy, but Bell vouches for him, so he must be alright. Sounds like we're heading back to the mall. What stopped you from getting into the mall? First we tried lifting the entrance gate, but they're all locked tight. They even fenced the banks of the canal so you'd need a boat to get past them. We were thinking of going back with a couple of kayaks sometime. How about tonight? Nah. Guess we're going till at least 2 and I've got a shift in the morning. Let's get a drink some other time. Sounds like what we're looking for is in Kenna now. Guess we're heading back to the mall. Oh, what is that? Text message received. We'll send an advance to your wallet in order for you to complete the mission. Please don't waste our time. Oh, put it in there. Oh, 30. Okay. A small plastic device lies on the bank of the drainage canal. Second reading from the Apocryphon of Kennejon. Leave the hospital of discover fate, that immaterial essence. Pray, Garrett. Pray in the closet during the football games. Post prayers to show forms to fuck with the scum. That's how the Garretts find you. One's named Garrett, so they're all named Garrett. Some kind of joke. Doesn't matter. You're Garrett too. 28 Garretts in all. Garrett worked in the basement below the council chambers. Said they had a closet full of old computers. Garrett plugged one in, used it as a server. That's how Garrett hosted sermons in the sky. He projected videos of a guy he found online. Say he grew up in Canada just like Garrett. Garrett began watching him too and told the other Garretts to subscribe. Soon all the Garretts were watching Ken and John. John summoned his flock to the ziggurat of Pronemo and taught them about Christ's hidden nature and other secrets of faith. He spoke of things on the Well, what do you think about Johnny? Don't you just hate him? A real fuck, isn't he? Can I help you? Catherine, dear. It is I who will be helping you on this night. I knew you'd come soon. Waiting in the ditches. Waiting. No trouble there, child. Happy to do it. You need access to the mall? Here I am. Delighted to assist. The man eyes the ring hanging from Catherine's neck. And you even wear the stone of Madeline, just as she herself wore it. You are the image of her beauty. Why are you here? We were neighbors once upon a time, don't you remember? I've only come to help, as neighbors do. Catherine shakes her head. What is this? It is my responsibility to guide you, and to watch over the children. I've been to see Kay. She is well. Excuse me? Can you tell me what this is about? It's about a boat. A boat that can get you into the mall. The Garretts, they favor me over John. That little shrimp. That little sad boy. I'll be your guide into the mall, the sanctum of the Garretts. Catherine turns to Dallas. This man, I think he's been following me. To help you. To help. I've always watched over you. But Blue, a good man this day. An arsehole. Wouldn't let your power near you. Well, here I am. I came to tell you, you needn't worry about Kay. Keep her name out of your mouth. Because she'll be home, perhaps too late for you. Dying, they say, from being the philosopher, say. Where did you see my daughter? Walking through California like it was Galilee. Her robes frayed, splendid, divine, a child of Christ. No, I'm not getting in a ditch with this guy, fuck no. There's no one else in this place to help me. Do you see anyone else? Anyone who will help? I don't want your help. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Stay away from me and my family. Are we clear? I have all the time in the world, Catherine, but you, dear, you do not. I am not here to frighten you, to harm you. Quite the opposite. Without my help, there will be no getting into the small. Patience is a virtue of your papa. I am your only way in. Dallas leads Catherine from the canal. Let's go find this last sculpture. We don't need his help. I know him. The old man smiles and gives an enthusiastic wave as Dallas glances back towards the ditch. Sounds like a stalker. I just don't know. Seems like this parking lot is full of strange man who knows your name. Am I missing something here? What, you think I invited them? I don't know. Maybe? I'm just as confused as you are. The old man squats near the flooding ditch with an easy grin, his robes whipping in the wind. Basement below the council chambers. Oh, that's it. Council chambers. Council. Welcome to New Orleans City Hall. No council sessions this evening. Building's closed. The Garrett sent us? The guard looks Dallas up and down. Nah. We're here because of Ken and John. I've let a lot of people pass through in the evenings, wanting to take a picture from the roof or whatever the hell. None of them look like you two following my gut here. We're serious. We're training to become Garretts. Why? We need to get inside the mall. We're trying to get into the Promenade Mall. That place been boarded up for years. Not anymore. The Garretts took it over. The guard shakes his head. This whole city lost its mind. Listen, there's some funny stuff that happens in this building at night. If you're thinking you can just walk up to the roof, it's not like that. And be careful getting around. One of the generators went dead. The elevator's out, and so are the stairwell lights. Catherine enters the building. Ahead is an elevator corridor with a stairwell. A long unmarked hallway extends to her left. The exit is at her back. Oof. Catherine enters the elevator corridor. The floor displays above the elevator reads, "The stairway is ahead." The floor display above the elevator winks off before illuminating again. It reads, Catherine waits a moment. Doesn't sound like an elevator coming. The guard said the generator that powers it is down. Let's keep moving. The stairwell. Catherine enters the pitch black stairwell. Go up. Catherine arrives at floor 2. Catherine detects nothing of interest in the dark. Go up.違う. Turn to ground level. Go down. A fading fluorescent bulb strobes in the hallway to her left. The stairwell is at her back. Left. Catherine turns the corner and immediately meets the stare of a man squatting on the ground in the stuttering light of the hallway. Speak. I wouldn't stick around too long. Why? What's that supposed to mean? The man's demeanor remains unchanged. He removes a receipt from his shirt pocket with a note scribbled on the back. He begins to read. On the 7th floor is a planner, but if you don't listen closely to the following, he'll hide. In the darkness are hands you must shake. Do so in the order I say. Any missteps and the elevator will clear the mistakes. First number in our sequence is the floor above the council chambers. Third most distance from the sky. There are 11 floors should one count the basement. The first number in the sequence is the floor above the council chambers, third most distance from the sky. Third most distant from the sky. 9. Yeah, we're going to semester. The 11th floor should come. Our second number is that which makes an even divide. The third is just about it, above it, 5th from the sky. Cool. hands to receive Catherine. The handphone is where are you going with this? I'm lost. Upstairs. There it is. 파워가 나네. After some fumbling in the dark, Catherine discovers the doorknob. Catherine enters a unlit office. お久しぶり、挨拶だけですが、びっくりいらっしゃい。She tries the light, no power. A window looks beyond Duncan Plaza towards the French Quarter. Leave. ここじゃないのか。Go up. Around. Catherine gropes in sightless dark. She feels the distinct touch of her hand. Startled, she gasps, withdrawing her arm. What is it? Someone is in here. Dallas speaks into the darkness. Hello? The stairway is silent before the decaying echoes of his voice. Reach out. Catherine reaches her hand towards the dark, and an unseen hand grasps firmly and shakes. If someone is hit there, please say something. No response.そういうことか。Catherine reaches her hand towards the dark. Okay. I get to go down. Reach out hand. Go up.いや、違うのか。Darkness and third most distant from the sky か。じゃあ違うわ。Some sequence considered in distance from the sky. Yeah, that one floor should become basement to find. in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Reach out hand. Up. Go up. Go up. Reach out hand. Go up.最後がわかんねえ。From the sky. Missteps in the elevator were clearly a mistake. The floor, the first one is a second floor of the council chambers. Third most distance from the sky. Third most distance from the sky. Second floor. 2. Go up. Go up. Go up. Reach a hand. Up.違うのかな。いや。They said to speak to you. これ絶対合ってるのかな。I don't understand the readings. Man, the basement's looking brittle. Yes, said. Says the first chamber in the sequence is above the council chambers. Council chambers on the first floor. それはわかるから2だよね。267じゃないの？違うのか。10 floors. So there's only 10 floors. 10 floors in a basement. そういうこと？ 11 floors って言わなかったっけ？ 10 floors including basement か。ってことはこうかな。全くいかんけどちょっと。そういうことか。 Go up. Giant hand. Up. Up. Giant hand. Go up. Giant hand. Begins to pull Catherine slowly towards the door. She grabs Stiles, attempting to resist. Catherine? It's... The hand jerks her violently to the floor. Dallas attempts to intercept the figure in the dark, but only meets the wall. Hey! He slaps the wall. Tell me who the fuck is there? His echo trails off into the extremities of the stairwell. As Catherine looks up from the ground, a light switches on high above them. Dallas, help me up, please. Dallas recovers Catherine from the floor and she hangs her arm over his shoulder. You're not in any kind of condition to be doing this shit. I know it. I see a light. She gestures weakly. Up there. I'll carry you. It's fine. Let's just go find this planner, get to the roof, whatever it takes to be done here. Go up. Catherine steps into the warm lamplight glow of the 7th floor office overlooking Duncan Plaza. A man sits at a desk facing the window. He looks back at Catherine, looks away. Office closed. I'm trying to get to the roof. I was hoping I could get access to the roof. The planner turns in his chair. I see. Any chance you can help? You don't look like the other ones, I'll say that. Excuse me? Where's your shirt? The planner dismisses Catherine with hand wave and points towards the coat rack near the door. Keycard's hanging on the rack. He returns to his original posture, facing the window. Catherine grabs the keycard. Working late? The planner looks at Catherine over his slouched shoulder. No later than usual. Sorry to bother you. I don't mean to intrude. The planner nods and says nothing. Catherine returns to the unlit stairwell. A keycard to access the rooftop of Central. Elevators. First elevator panel. 2 stairwell. Up. Go up. She sighs heavily. This is killing me. An exit sign casts an obscure red glow over the area. Ahead is a steel door with panic bars. Mounted to the wall beside it is a magnetic card reader. This must lead to the roof. Catherine scans the ID badge and pushes open the door. Is it to the roof? Catherine steps through the door into the cool winter air above City Hall. I need to sit for a moment. Of course. Dallas gestures to a near air-by conditioning unit. Let's sit. Getting too old for this. Shit. Running around like this on my 49th birthday. What a life. Birthday? Today's your birthday? Today's my birthday. At least it's memorable. No question there. You're right? I'm fine. Just needed to breathe for a minute. That was strange. Can never be normal with Super. Always got to be some shit like that. So why keep doing it? I don't know. Alice lifts his hand in resignation. There's not much else really, not anymore. What would you rather be doing? What I'd like to do is be home with my daughter and my grandchild. Where's home? Holly Grove, right near the canal. They started staying with me a few months back. They're living up the place. Kids do that. You got any? A son and a daughter, 2 years apart. Still at home? My younger one, I can't get him out of the house. But my daughter, she doesn't want anything to do with me. Thought maybe when I was diagnosed she'd come around, but she never did. Catherine looked towards the westbound traffic. No, she never did. Hurts to be dropped like that. Sometimes it hurts worse the more time passes. I just know I won't see her before I die, and that it does. It does hurt. It hurts, and then you die. The two of them laugh. It's not all bad. Just hope there's something on the other side. There is. I know there is. The ones I hurt and left behind, I'll see them there. I'll get to apologize. Amen. But let me ask you the same question you asked me. Why keep doing this? Not a lot of runners our age. Long story. This is my first time on the app, but things have been interesting for a while now. I tried to have a straight job once upon a time, but that didn't last too long. Yeah? Why not? Let's just say I lied on my resume. Nearly everyone you meet has a story like that in this line of work. Nothing special about me then? I wouldn't say that. The old man in the ditch thinks you're special. Let him think it. So you figure this lost sculpture is around here somewhere? Said something about being in the sky. Distant traffic glides across the Mississippi River along the Crescent City connection. Third reading from the Apocryphon of Hannah John. New Orleans is a pit and Garrett's stuck in it. New Orleans is the lowest world. A messenger visits John, tells him about the early faithful now living in cavities of the Martian moons. Tell him there's a way to commute with them through the Adamic language of angels and spellcasters and others who know God's mind. There's a chrism, a fluid that John must imbibe. It's in an egg that floats in the sky. John is blessed with a plan to escape the low world's reach. The Garretts must build a spacefaring ark, the vessel with which to leave this earth. Having imbibed the prism, John may ascend beyond distortion of the low world and listen for the twilight language. Two Garretts work together at Stennis. John appoints them to oversee the task. They soon find out the engineers sympathetic to their plan. The Garretts labor for 847 days, and in that time, the ark is a complete 847 days. 847 days. Okay. All that remains is the egg which holds the prism to know God's mind. So is that it? We found all three. Let's go ask the kids at the mall.